and evidence, but the interest arbitrator has to look at the last best offer for each side and has to choose just one. And all of the proposals in that one last best offer are adopted by the interest arbitrator. So and the reason that this law was changed in 1995 and adopted at that time, and the reason that the Oregon legislature, at least the rationale they gave for why do we have this all or nothing system when many other states actually have a pick and choose system where you can pick articles from one side or proposals from the other side and mix and match to where you can get to a final agreement. In Oregon, they decided that if we say it's an all or nothing thing, then people are going to be the most reasonable they can, and their offer is going to be as fair as possible, because otherwise the arbitrator is not going to pick yours and you're going to lose on everything. So that at least is the rationale. For better or worse, it is the system that we have and we have to live with. The other thing that's helpful, I think, for folks to understand is what happens if somebody acts, if the Employment Relations Board finds that one party acted in bad faith during bargaining. It goes to the Employment Relations Board and they will make that decision about whether you engaged in what's called an unfair labor practice by acting in bad faith. The impact on bargaining is that if you've already gone through your interest arbitration and you've received an award, and let's say you won and your interest arbitration, your last best offer was the one that the arbitrator adopted, if the Employment Relations Board finds that you acted in bad faith during the process, they have the authority to undo that award and put you back into bargaining again. So it's important that we act throughout the process in good faith so that we don't end up with a situation where we maybe end up with a win and then lose the win through our own actions. The other thing that I wanted to share with you is just a little bit about state and federal law. There are many things that we can bargain about, but there are a few things that are off limits, either for constitutional reasons or for state law reasons. So for one example, under the Constitution, public employees, many public employees, are entitled to due process before and after losing pay or their job. So losing pay, what I mean is when they're suspended from work for misconduct or they lose their job for misconduct. Before that can happen, they have a right to certain due process protections, and that's required under the Constitution, both the U.S. and the Oregon Constitution. And then an example of state law, along with the Public Employees Collective Bargaining Act, which we've already talked about, there's also something called the Officer Bill of Rights. If any of you have the time and familiarize yourself with those, they're in the Oregon law, and it's helpful to know about them because we are not allowed to provide less than what's in the state law in our collective bargaining agreement. So those are just a couple of examples of laws and issues that we can't bargain, but keep aware that there are many, many other issues that we can bargain about, and those are really the things that we want to focus on and hear from you as we go through making a decision about what are the priorities. So thank you very much for your time, and I'm available if there's any questions.
Thanks, Heidi. So we have our facilitators over here in the corner. I'm going to announce what the 3 topics are, and then they're going to be holding up that topic and assigning themselves to a table. And then you want to go ahead, get yourself situated at the table that you'd like to begin at, and then we're going to get started. We are running a little behind, but we're actually pretty close to the schedule that we have here, so we'll try to get started very soon. The number 1 vote-getting topic is police accountability. So we can have our accountability folks go and take place at a table. Coming in at number 2 is the hiring, training, and professional development of police officers. And then coming in at number 3 is civilian oversight. So those are our 3 subjects. You all can go ahead and find the table you'd like to begin at, and then I'll let you know once we get started. You'll have 30 minutes for that discussion, and then we'll have an opportunity to switch. So thanks so much, everybody. Looking forward to getting started here.
I know.
Southeast for actually catering this event as well as providing us the venue. Very good reviews of the food so far, and feel free to help yourselves out back if you haven't had a chance yet.
You with the media group?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm Joseph.
I'm Bob.
Okay, I'm with the mayor's office, so I just need to get any questions on that.
Okay.
How you doing, man?
All right. Can I get a chair?
Sure.
Hi, how's it going?
Lady, I don't see why you can't get one of these.
All right.
In terms of, yeah, the little pen. It's new. It is new. I was surprised. I just sat over there.
All right. Thank you.
My understanding is if you want to participate, you're allowed to participate. Let me get back to the more specific answer. No recording, no asking questions or anything. No things that are disruptive. But then, let me talk to our attorney. I know a lot of the part of this is why we set this zone up. People want to have frank conversations, aren't necessarily going to be capture. Yeah, exactly. And that's sort of the reason for this elaborate scheme. Let me go get Rebecca, Derek, nice to meet you. Emily, right? I'll be right back.
Yeah, I mean,
Are you guys trying to get up near those tables?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of sucks just being back here.
Yeah, you can't hear anything.
Back.
Okay, ladies, so definitely come out as I mentioned, our sort of thought process is really trying to keep people as comfortable as possible. We do have a preference to keep going to go Yeah, well, like when people have had some conversation, there's going to be a switch period in the halfway point, and I'm happy to come draw some post reports in front of you while that happens. Sure, no, absolutely. And again, you're not, I want you to stress that. Yeah. Sure. Yes, absolutely. You're a citizen, so you're certainly welcome. Those are just preferences again. It's super crystal clear. Any aspect of freedom of expression. And that's where we are. So, we're asking.
Different style.
I think the thought is, I flagged for my boss that see how we're doing at time and
There's Ted Wheeler.
Yep. So I can definitely bring around some post-mortem in the break period. And then I'm also happy to see where we are on time when we end. And then do not hesitate to ask if you have any other questions. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys' cooperation.
So I'm going to basically ask you the same thing. People that are videotaping can't go up and sit at these tables?
Not while videotaping. Not while videotaping or recording, correct.
Okay, why is that?
So I'll give you the reasoning behind it. The reasoning is that, we're trying to have very frank, allow people to have space to have very frank, open conversations that they might feel uncomfortable having if they're being recorded. And so we've established a designated media and recording zone for freedom of press expression, which you're, again, welcome to record as much as you like in this area. So that was the reasoning behind it.
Okay, but what about people that are police accountability people that would like to sit at one of these tables and speak and video that?
That's not allowed. So all video recording is going to be, and audio recording is going to be restricted to this area. And if you're interested in participating and not recording, that's certainly not something that I'm going to in any way attempt to prohibit, but we are asking people that, to be mindful of the vision of this, and that we're hoping to, we're hoping to get a better sense of people's vision of policing in communities.
So what you're saying is people that are alternative media can't participate.
We're keeping treating all media equally and with the same practice.
Right.
All media the same.
Okay. I just, even though I totally disagree with what you're saying, it does violate the rights of the media. This is an open meeting, and it's subject to, every part of this should be able to be documented.
I hope you can appreciate the reasoning I provided, but I've been assured that media designation zone is a perfectly fair compromise for the recording of this.
If the people up there were talking, or you had people stepping up and asking questions, but back here you can't. Like, for instance, if I want to sit at that table up there and video record, right?
Yeah.
you can't.
That's correct.
Right, you can't do that.
That's correct.
That means I can't get in on the conversation there.
You are welcome to join the conversation, but you can't record it.
Yeah, well,
So if you'd rather participate versus be a media entity, that's certainly not something I can restrict you from doing, and wouldn't want you to restrict you from doing. But recording of any kind outside the designated media zone is not allowed.
okay. I just want to make sure that everything was crystal clear.
Treating,
that,
absolutely.
That media are not, and as long as you're recording, you're not allowed to participate in the meeting.
Pardon me, sir, getting over a cold. You are not allowed to record outside this zone.
Right.